Hello, it's science lesson time. Today we are going to read about astronomy. Okay, let's read this book. This book is about astronomy. Okay, what is astronomy? Astronomy is studying the sky. When you look up at the night sky, you might see lots of stars. This is only a tiny part of space. Astronomers study space to find out about the different things that are found there. Okay, this time, what is space? There are lots of different things in space. Planets are big, round lumps of rock or balls of gases. Some have rocky or icy moons moving around them. Smaller pieces of rock or ice are called asteroids. Stars are massive balls of gases. Many have planets moving around them. Millions and millions of stars are grouped together in galaxy, and there are millions and millions of galaxies in space. A place in space. Planet Earth is one of 8 planets that move around a star called the Sun. The Sun and planets are known as the solar system. In solar system, there are 8 planets. There are Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The planets in the solar system are very far apart. They are very different size too. Jupiter is the biggest planet. This is how big Jupiter is compared to Earth. Look here. This is the Earth and the Jupiter. Jupiter is so far away from Earth, it looks like a big star in the sky. Watching space. Astronomers use telescopes to get clear pictures of things that are in space. There are lots of different types of telescopes. Radio telescopes find planets, stars, and galaxies by collecting signals from space. There are some of Elma radio telescope in Chile, South America. The Keck telescope in Hawaii, USA, use huge curved mirrors and cameras to make pictures. At night, light from a planet is reflected from the mirror into the camera. The cameras turn this light into a clear picture of the planet. Telescopes in space. Some telescopes fly around the Earth in space. The Hubble telescope is a famous space telescope. Big mirrors on Hubble reflect light coming from distant galaxies. A camera takes picture of the galaxy and measure how far away they are. Hubble sends signals to radio dishes. On Earth, the dishes send signals to computer. The computer turns the signal into picture. This is a picture of Antony galaxy taken by Hubble. Sometimes astronauts have to go into space to fix Hubble. Look at the galaxy. Astronomers have discovered different types of galaxies. Some galaxies are shaped like a spiral. This picture of a spiral galaxy was taken by the Hubble telescope. Other galaxies are known as irregular galaxies. These can be different shapes. The cartwheel galaxy looks like a wheel. Some galaxies are slowly joining together. These two spiral galaxies will eventually become one bigger galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy. The solar system is part of a galaxy known as the Milky Way. Astronomers pointed the Spitzer Space Telescope at stars in the Milky Way. This is Spitzer. It's around the same size as Hubble. A camera on Spitzer took pictures of different stars. It sent this information to computer on Earth. The computer used signals from Spitzer to make a big picture of the Milky Way. The solar system is around here. Astronomers are looking for planets in the Milky Way outside of our solar system. Studying stars. Stars from inside a swirling clouds of glass and dust called a nebula. Astronomers use telescope to study how stars form. This is a picture of Carina Nebula taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. The bright point of light inside the nebula are new stars. Gas and dust in part of the nebula start to form a clump. It gets hotter. Gradually, the hot clump becomes a bright glowing ball. This is a star. The star glows for millions of years. Slowly, it gets bigger and redder. Eventually, layers of gas put off into space, and the star fades away. The biggest stars end in a huge explosion called a supernova. The Sun. The Sun is the closest star to Earth. Astronomers study the Sun using the SOHO Space Telescope. It flies around the Sun in space. SOHO took this picture of the Sun. Never ever look directly at the Sun. Its strong light could hurt your eyes. This is a close-up picture taken from SOHO of a huge loop of gas on the Sun. SOHO blocks out the sunlight to detect hot gas around the Sun called a corona. It also photographs sunspots, which are cooler patches on the Sun's surface. Probing planets. A probe is a type of spacecraft that flies to the planet. It takes lots of pictures and sends them back to the computer on Earth. This is a probe called Voyager 2. It took this picture of Neptune. The probe found dark swirls on the planet. These are huge rocks. Venus is covered in thick clouds. The Magellan probe used signal to make picture of the surface. The Magellan probe sends signal through the clouds. The signal bounces off the space, then back up to the probe. The computer used the signal to make this picture to the space. Exploring the surface. Rovers are vehicles that explore planets. They drive around taking pictures of the surface and study rocks. A rover called Curiosity flew in Mars in 2012. This is how Curiosity looked as it was lowered to the surface by a spacecraft. Curiosity has studied different rocks to look for signs of water. A drill on the end of Curiosity arm made a hole in a rock. This made lots of dust. It moved its arm to screw up dust, then tested it. It sent the results of the test back to the astronomer on the Earth. The Moon. The Earth has a smaller rocky ball moving around it called the Moon. As the Moon moves, the Sun lights up different parts of it, so it looks as though it is changing shape each night. When you can only see a small part of the Moon, it's called a crescent moon. For over 50 years, astronomers have used spacecraft to find out about the Moon. In 1959, a Russian spacecraft flew around the Moon and took pictures. Astronauts landed on the Moon in 1969. They took rock back to Earth. Astronomers sent a probe to the Moon to study its soils in 2009. In the future, people might live on the Moon. Space lamp. Asteroids are lamps of rocks, ice, or metal in the space. Sometimes they crash into Earth. Some rocks heat up as they move close to the Earth. They get hotter and hotter until they catch fire. All the rocks and metal burns up, leaving just a stick of light in the sky. Other rocks don't burn up. They hit the Earth instead. Astronomers study them to find out about rocks in space. This rock landed on Earth is shown here at around twice its actual size. It's been cut open to see what's inside. The shiny pieces inside the rock are metal. When some space rock hits Earth, they make holes called craters. Stargazing. You can see lots of different things in the night sky without using a telescope. Some stars look like patterns in the sky. They are called constellation. Constellation. This constellations is Canis Major. If the stars are joined by line, it looks like a dog. Constellation can look different when you see them from different places on the earth. Sometimes glowing lights appear in the sky. This is called an aurora. A comet is a lump of dust and ice. It has a bright tail and that can be seen from Earth. The bright strips of star is in this picture is the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. Okay, in this book you have to know about the words is star. Star is huge ball of gas in space. The sun is a star. Galaxy, a group of millions and millions of stars. Telescope, equipment that makes things that are far away seem larger. Nebula, a swirling cloud of gas and dust where stars form. Probe, a spacecraft for exploring planets that is controlled by a computer. Rover, a computer-controlled vehicle that drives across a planet. Constellation, star in the night sky that look like a pattern. Okay, this is about the astronomy. Okay, I think do you like it? Next time I will read another book. So please subscribe my YouTube channel. See you next time. Bye bye.